season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Now a 1,000-yard rusher a season ago, Antonio Gibson with it.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, this defense for the Niners, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Wentz going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage.
Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10.
Just shy of the 30.
To throw, it's Lance.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Now Lance.
And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. He got 29 yards that time.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
The Niners at 8-6 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Here's Lance to throw it.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Now former 6th-round pick, it's Elijah Mitchell.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7.
Lance, that's complete out left to Ayuk. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. They'll try and run for it. This is Juszczyk. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
3rd and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Right side, and he finds Gray.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
He lost 6 there on the first down play.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Throwing now is Lance.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Here's 3rd and goal now, back at the 11.
From the gun, it's Lance.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him. 4th down field goal try coming, so Lance is off, and on comes Robbie Gould.
This one from 35 yards away. The kick by Gould is good, and the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't
doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They fake the give. Now Wentz. This pass hauled in by Dotson. That'll give them 8 that time. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. And he finds McLaurin. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Wentz. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and it's 3rd down.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Wentz. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to.
And now the young man has it. It's a fake. And he's not going to get to the marker. And that's a turnover on downs.
4th and short in this part of the field. You just noticed special teams coordinators rallying the team saying, watch the fake for Brandon. Don't they usually say that on every punting situation?
Oh, yeah, they can be up 40 in the 4th quarter. That's their job. They scream that every time.
And this time, though, his team locked in, and they were well aware that it truly was a situation that they could fake it, and they were ready for it and stopped it.
13 yards there and a Niner first. And, Charles, it's not very often an elite back becomes available. They jumped on him. I think they were smart to do so.
I agree, and we hear so often about how the running back position is devalued. But when you have a chance to get one of the truly best, top of his game, you go out and get it.
Set, ready. Striker, 3-6, field blue. Right.
On 2nd and 9, Lance. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 19.
A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
On first down, Lance
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here we go.
2nd down and 8. Lance looking to throw it.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Daron Payne able to record his 5th sack of the season. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Here's Lance.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Danny Gray.
His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to extend their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. On play action, it's Wentz. Flushed out right.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
It'd be interesting to see what he decides to do the next time he's in the position we just saw there. Outside of the pocket, takes a throw downfield, it turns up incomplete. I wonder if next time he might take off and run.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wentz. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll go again with McKissick.
Fred Warner, first-time All-Pro in 2020, in on the stop defensively.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Wentz to throw on second down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Washington on third down.
Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Wentz going to throw.
Able to connect with Dotson.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 28.
Winston Dotson, your connection there for the Commander first.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Throwing on first is Wentz. He's going to go up top for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress, and I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Sly able to put this one through.
And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because We don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
The Lance going to throw.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
The Lance now to throw.
And that will be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And taken right. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
Rolling to his left. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Back to throw. Lance. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On the move to his left. The ball comes out, and this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Six plays got him down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Lance. Throw left side, McCaffrey's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down.
There's another example that playing football isn't strictly being physical. You got to think as well. Nice job reading his keys by the linebacker and going out in the open space when they dumped it to the back. He was able to make the play and stop him short of the goal line.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Fourth down field goal try coming, so Lance is off and on comes Robbie Gould. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. The throw taken in by Sims. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing now is Wentz. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt.
Fielded at the 20.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve.
As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
On the ready.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half. Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
McCaffrey running up the middle, and he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. Looking for the crossing receiver, and he's got him. It's Samuel.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
3 yards remain for second down.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Right. Check right.
First down, here's Mitchell.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
And now they'll throw with Lance.
That's going to be caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, 30 yards. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
This pass complete to McLaurin going across the middle.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Wentz finding McLaurin there for the Commanders first.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Now Wentz. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense, because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point, and what's usually a direct correlation, very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Pushes past him, and he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a play fake. Wentz rolling to his right. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They get 17 down to the 17, and it's a first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Into the red zone. Wentz steps away.
Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson from 17 yards out. And the Commanders get a bit closer. So a very important first drive of the 3rd quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, where was this in the first half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Third quarter action, and we appreciate you spending your Christmas Eve right here with us. 2nd and 10. Now Lance.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Lance finding Kittle. First down, San Francisco.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Throwing on first down, but this one won.
Complete. You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. Throwing now is Lance.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Lance again. That's complete left side to Gray.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
They run over center with Mitchell.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here we go. Here we go.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go. Watch it, stick.
On 2nd and 9, Lance flush to his right.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
And the Commanders are right back in this football game.
He'd been having a good day so far, but I think he got a little overzealous on that one. Still young in this league. Has to learn to try not to do too much on an individual play because, as we all know, sometimes less is more. And throwing away is preferable to making the big mistake.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. You change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted. I like the thinking there because right after a sack, it can be a great time to call for a screen to your running back and use the eagerness of the defense against them. Able to gain some positive yards out of this one and make things a little bit easier for them on third down.
Washington on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Wentz. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. They'll run with McKesson. He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Meanwhile, Wentz is thrown into the hands of McLaurin. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now Wentz on third down. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 38-yard line. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. They fake the give. Now Wentz. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now Wentz again. Complete. It's Dotson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Wentz now to throw. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Sly able to put this one through. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a 1-score game at 20-13. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Ready, ready.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
Ready.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
10, 6, 7. Field flat. Ready.
Here's Lance to throw it. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Shotgun now for Lance. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down.
Empty. Listen.
On the draw, it's Gibson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Lance looking to throw it. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. And Lance now to throw. And that is incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And we have reached the 2-minute warning.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much.
Here's Gibson to start the drive.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Throwing now is Wentz.
Target is to Dotson, and he's got him.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Wentz to throw. And that is incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Back to throw. Wentz.
That one is slant to McLaurin.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 16. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down. Now Wentz. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Nice solid gain there, partner, but the clock is starting to become his enemy.
Absolutely. Every second right now, more and more precious as it ticks.
On second down, a run with Gibson.
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
Joey Slye to kick off for the Commanders.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the save calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Lance back to throw.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And they will take a knee here as time will likely run out on regulation, and we'll go to overtime. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime.
The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. And what an awful time to cough up the football here in OT.
And all coaches talk about, they preach it like crazy, minimizing mistakes, taking care of the football. In this case, that didn't happen, and now they put themselves in position to lose the game.
Yeah, field goal wins it. That's all they need.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
What an absolute fucking joke. Like, this is really how it's going to end?
Hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily.
Sure glad I deserve this
You're trying to get to
bullshit.
the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free.
So
and
fucking
protect their
cheap.
end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
Oh, that heart has to be pounding inside the chest of Joey Slye. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And they will be all smiles in Georgetown tonight as Washington has won it. It's going to be a happy flight home.